What's going on, guys? That episode of General Hospital has to be one of the best I've seen in a long time. That episode was basically, in my opinion, prime time material. I mean, some of the stuff I will flat out say I could have lived without. The Heather Weber stuff was alright, but the stuff with Stephen Lars and what's the girl's name? The Jason and Sam stuff actually didn't bore. I will say this: the Jason and Sam stuff today really didn't bore me. It wasn't really, and it seems like everybody in town is actually accepting the fact that they basically don't have long to live. They're accepting the fact that they don't have long to live, and but the stuff that really just got my attention and really just kicked it in an overdrive for me was all those warehouse scenes. Those warehouse scenes, I mean, Jerry Jackson's a fucking evil genius. He thinks he basically tells everybody that he's taking Alexis with him, and he's gonna give you guys I'm gonna give you guys an anti serum when I get my money. So apparently Todd Manning because Todd Manning and Sonny Corinthos give me life. They're fucking hilarious to me. They're hilarious together. They should take all their stuff out on the road in a big comedy tour, because the scenes with Todd and Sonny are just fucking hilarious to me. But then we got Todd says a scene like, just tells Jerry, Jerry says, if you guys were like me, anything like me, I'll go ahead and shoot the guy. So Sonny takes out his gun and Johnny takes out his gun. Jerry, meanwhile, already has a gun drawn on everybody, as well as Alexis. Calls out for his boys. His boys coming in deep, like six dudes coming in deep, and with their guns drawn. And they let you know Jerry Jackson is a motherfucker that don't play. Jerry Jackson do not give a shit. And Jerry basically said, I would sacrifice Alexis to get what I want. What he wants is Alexis, and he wants Alexis and he wants the money. Because Alexis is his one true love. But, anyway, then we got, Dante, Nick Bain, and Sean. They found out what Jerry is. And they have this badass gun shootout. And people that know me, they know I'm a huge fan. Anybody that knows me, they can testify that I'm a huge fan of action movies. I love action movies, and I love like superhero movies that are action packed. And that was a badass shootout scene. Dante jumps on like two armed guys, knocks one of them out. Kicks the shit out of this big like roundhouse the shit out of one of them. And I'm like, damn, who the hell knew Dante knew Kung Fu? I mean, that was a bad. And Sean, we all know he's a Marine, so he's trained in combat. He's shooting. McBain just hollers out, "Hey!" and just start capping everybody. Just pap capping everybody. That's the kind if we all know GH this is his new time slot. This is GH's new time slot. That's a way to bring in your new time slot right there. That is a way to bring in your time slot. I mean, I hate to say it. Fuck all those shows that come on The Chew. I would never in my life watch The Chew. Fuck all those shows like The Chew and The Doctors. Fuck all. I hate to say it. Katie Couric's show. F all that. I'm not here for all that. But yeah, I'm just saying today was a great episode. I never thought I'd say this, but the episode of General Hospital actually being badass. I mean, and Johnny gets shot. Jerry, Johnny, Jax, Sonny, and Carly, and they're all just fighting over Jerry's gun. And then the gun goes off. We don't know who gets shot. First we think Jax gets shot. He checks himself. He's all right. Then we think Carly's up against Johnny. Carly thinks she's shot. Carly has blood on her. She thinks she's shot. They're panicking, laying Carly down. They seem like Johnny begins to get weak and just started. He looks down. There's a bullet hole in him. Jerry basically shot Johnny, and Johnny basically is almost probably borderline about to bleed to death. So, and I'm hearing the actor that plays Johnny, I'm hearing he is leaving the show. I'm hearing he's not going to be around that long. So, I don't. This probably. Like, I know for a fact that Johnny and Carly aren't going to be together for a long time via some spoilers I read. I try not to read. When I read spoilers, I try not to tell what storylines are going to come into place. But sometimes I can't help it, and I don't know what's going to happen to Johnny. But I'm hearing that the actor may be on his way out. That's just what I'm hearing. But today's episode, I give today's episode an A+. I give it a flat out A+. Great episode. Great way to use your older cast. Just about everybody, with the exception of Tony Gary. Because I'm not mistaken, I think Tony Gary is actually, and this is another video. This is the subject of another video I'm going to do about GH actors and just soap actors in general doing other work. But anyway, Tony Gary is not doing anything, guys. I think cause every year he takes this big long vacation, and I think this is about around time he normally does it. So and that's probably why because I know the RC the head writer RC has said the reason the Duke Lavery and Anna stuff have been in the back burner is because those actors the actors that play Anna and I think her name is Fiona Hughes. She plays Anna, and Tony Gary, who plays Luke. I don't think they're available at the moment. He says that's why all that's the Duke Lavery stuff. But we know Jerry's working for Duke Lavery. Jerry is working for Duke Lavery, and because Jerry kidnapped Robin, apparently to save her. But yeah, Duke Lavery, that stuff, the stuff with him and Anna and all that's been, and with Robin has been pushed aside because I know Kimberly McCullough is not in a hurry to come back, if she even wants to come back. And I know Tony Gary and the actress that plays Anna, I know they're not, according to RC, they're not available. So, but anyway, tomorrow's episode look like it's gonna be good. At the very end of the episode, Jerry tells leaves the briefcase where the anti-serum supposedly is in. John McBain and Dante. Meanwhile, John McBain orders Dante and Sean to go keep an eye on Jerry, trying to see where Jerry is. And meanwhile, Sonny and Jax are on Jerry's tail, trying to find where Jerry is. But Sean basically says, "I know how to handle." Basically, no words, saying I can handle Jerry. Jax. Dante, you go see what John's doing. I'll get Jerry. Because apparently I didn't review Friday's episode. I didn't review Friday's episode. If you guys want to see me review Friday's episode, let me know. Friday's episode was pretty decent, pretty good. But the end of today's episode, they crack open the briefcase. The briefcase is cracked open, and it's a fucking bomb. Jerry has a fucking bomb. I don't know if that's an anti-serum. I don't think that's not the anti-serum at all. Because anti-serum is like in these little capsules. But I mean, but Jerry Jax is just a fucking evil mastermind, evil genius. I mean, I'm loving this storyline. This storyline, I can tell this storyline is about to wrap up. They're about to move into the next big storyline. But which I'm hearing is going to be the whole Jason exit storyline, because we know Steve Burton's leaving. The whole Jason exit storyline. But I'm interested in seeing. I'm very optimistic about GH's future. I think I have a feeling. I think, and the ratings have gone up, and I think that we're gonna see more GH in the future after next year, because the 50th anniversary I think is gonna last after 50. It's gonna still be around after the 50th anniversary. I mean, it's just, I'm very positive about the show. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about today's episode. Leave me a comment, rate, subscribe. Anyway, this is Dominic checking out. I'm gonna be back with y'all tomorrow with tomorrow's GH. Might do a Young and the Restless review. I'm not gonna review the Young and the Restless again, probably. And now that something major happens, I haven't really been into reviewing the Young and the Restless because of the whole new regimen and all that. And the new regimen for the Young and the Restless, their new regimen stuff should be shown. Is the first air date for the new executive producer and head writer. We will see some new writing will be October 12th. So that's when I'll probably start back reviewing the Young and the Restless. But anyway, this is Dominic checking out. Peace, God bless, and I'm out.